Ruben Amorim cannot stop saying the right things. I love listening to this man speak about football. It's been a minute since I sat down and saw him in a press conference talking a lot of sense. He spoke about the intensity of Kobe Maino, spoke about how United won't lose players for cheap. If they have to get back into the team, if they don't decide where they want to go, they will come and have to compete with everybody, but they must leave for the right fee. Amorim is clear with what he wants to do. You'll have to see it. Like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment. Let me know how excited you are about these two, despite what's going on with our neighbors who will be starting with on the 17th of August. We are certainly okay. I feel it now even more than ever after listening to Amorim speak, just like I feel it now more than ever that this should be the time for you to come learn and earn online. In the next 5 days, it's going to be double the amount as we are going to restructure how we teach as we keep serving again you better neatly. Those serious ones of you, of course, have already walked the talk, because the internet is part of us. You're part of it every day. You're not moving away from it. You better as well understand how you can earn from it. Now, what's going on? So Amorim has spoken with Cunha. Yes, he was speaking with Cunha in this press conference in Chicago after the excited people are in sort of an open training, you would call, where they all looked happy. And Amorim in his press conference spoke about the cohesion in the team and how they had to get out elements from those elements in terms of players from the team, the elements they feel did not want to be a part of it. Now, for me, that's the way to go. Don't you be a manager struggling with players who do not want to be there. What business do you have doing with them? They don't want to be there. Let them go where they want to be. So that's exactly what Amorim did with these players, the Rashfords and whoever, and he spoke a little about them, but I won't focus on those who are leaving. I'll focus on those who are there. But he spoke about Kobe and Bruno. A thing I spoke about Bruno before, if you remember, I said it consistently that you need Bruno more on the ball. That's why those of you who are saying Bruno should be played as a 10, you didn't get it. Amorim is planning with Bruno as a central midfielder, because he said it himself now that he wants to see Bruno more on the ball. That's where he enjoys him. And more on the ball is not as a 10, because as a 10, then you have to wait for the ball to get there. But he was never getting to him, so he was not getting it enough. Now, imagine you have Bruno playing central, more on the ball, with more smart players, high-quality players ahead of him, two of them either side, and one smart kid wide of him. Certainly, that will certainly make the team a lot better. Amorim made it clear that he feels, first of all, the players in the team now want to be at the team, at the club. He's hinted on some players who did not join United because they certainly did not want to join United. They only wanted because of Champions League football. And you know who he was probably alluding to. Who cares anyway? But you think that cohesion, he says, was so important because players are going to fight for each other. Everyone, the staff, everyone is going to feel we are in this together. We feel the fire and the energy, and you're fighting for each other. That's what he wanted to first get in this team. So even if these players are not the best in the world, for as long as they all want to be there, and that's what he feels. He feels everyone who is there wants to be there. He believes they will perform, and he says, certainly we are going to be better that next season. He said it. So Bruno more on the ball. Who is his partner? Kobe says plays multiple positions, but Amorim himself again mentioned the same thing. His lack of intensity in his style. He's so brilliant, but he's always on his case, telling him step up your intensity. Don't relax. Just step it up. Keep it high intensity all through. So he's a little confused with him. But again, if you read between the lines with what he's saying, I think it's low-key accepting that probably he doesn't have a lot of space for him, but he sees him as more of as a 10, as one of the players, of course, who will be part of the selection, and of course says you're not playing in multiple competitions, so you have to play one game every week, so competition is high. He loves the competition. I like how he kept referring to the competition, that even those who are delaying their own departure, if they have to come back, they will come back and compete with everyone else for a place. Because they will still be Man United players. They are contracted Man United players. But I don't think it will get to that. I think eventually these players will go somewhere. Even Garnacho, who apparently he mentioned too in his face straight in front of everybody, he hopes he gets a club. I hope you find a club that signs you. That was a bad statement. Bad sign. What does it speak about Garnacho? It's not a good thing, is it? So that's of course even Cunha spoke in this press conference. Again, these guys keep asking the most useless questions. I had like 100, like 10 questions for Cunha and Amorim himself about Cunha, about Mbeumo. These guys are not asking proper football questions. You're asking Cunha about how he feels joining United, how his first days, how he's fitting in. Come on, ask football questions. What is your role in this system? Have you played this system before? It looks complicated. The players you found who have been here before you came struggled in this system. You watched it. What is your role as one of the two tens? What's different? What do you expect to do to add to this team? What's your role in this rebuilding? Amorim, what's your plan? Why these two of the hottest number 10s? Amorim also mentioned the thing of about prioritizing Premier League players, by the way. And he admitted that was part of their strategy because I think, with the exception of Mason Mount, in 6 years, these are the first Premier League proven players Man United has signed. He said it is intentional. They chose to focus more on players because these are players they have watched take on the same players they are going to take on in the same league. They have seen them just glide over them for fun. So isn't it smarter to stick with those if they have what you need, and also other things and attributes? And that's why I mentioned the fact that these players also must want to come into the team, because all these Mbeumo and Cunhas wanted to play for United. So the Premier League proven thing is still important for Amorim, and that's why they were hoping to bid for Oli Watkins, which did not happen. Now who is next? Of course, there is talk of some will talk of Mateta, whoever. Everyone will drop a name. We all can drop names, but the reality is it's not an obvious situation as it is now. What is obvious is that there is a need for a striker. Amorim mentioned Rasmus Højlund in referring to how when talking about how Bruno when he's more on the ball, he can open up players up front, and if you have good intricate players like Mbeumo and Cunha and Rasmus, because Rasmus, you remember his first season, he was quite positional, if you remember, in his first season. So maybe he also has some bit of hope in him. So again, what do we know? We're only waiting to see what happens. Just like I'm only waiting to see when you two can come and start understanding the business of the internet. We all spend a lot of our times on our gadgets, on different internet platforms, but are we also earning money from there? Or is it just spending data time, vibes, entertainment, no earning anywhere? If that's the case, you can change that by understanding how the internet pays, and trust you me, you will definitely rush to learn and earn. So in the event, and I hate to say this, I know that many of you won't even want to listen, yeah, but in the event that Man United fails to get rid of the players they want to get rid of in time, who of those players do you think can be reintegrated into the team? Are there players you look at there and feel these can be reintegrated into the team? Are there among those? Are there players you feel can be reintegrated? Anthony, but I spoke about Luke Shaw as well, and of course there are reports about him leaving, and they were referring to those, I think, in asking him the question. And of course, I heaped praise on him, how Luke Shaw is definitely world class, and of course how he has played finals, yet he has been missing games. He's playing finals for England. Whenever he's half fit, he has to start. He's world class, so they need him. But I feel like all that is sanitizing him, and the truth is setting him up for a proper massacre. I think the truth is Luke Shaw's time at Man United is no more. He later said, but he has competition this time, and we know the competition. Lenny Yoro, Aiden Heaven, name them. So I quite think that Luke Shaw's days, I think, are nearly done. Good as he is, I mean, 5 years of injuries out of 11, really. It's been not the perfect partnership, but I think it's been mutual love and mutual respect. Yeah. So that's pretty much like it, guys. I do remind you the game is on Sunday in the morning. In East Africa, it will be Sunday morning at 2 a.m. You want to take note of that so that you don't miss an ounce of that beautiful football action as Cunha and Mbeumo start exciting us again as we embark on the journey to top 4, because that should be the target, honestly.